All right, well, welcome to a lightning episode. So I was feeling really bummed the other day when I got all my happiness lightning shots and time lapses that you guys are gonna see here in a minute, that I didn't vlog them. But it's monsoon season in New Mexico. I'm extremely frantic right now because I have lightning all around me and we have lots of chances for lightning. So I'm gonna try to very frantically show you guys how I'm gonna capture some of this. We're right on the side of the road. So we've got lightning over there, long lens, filters. Let me go get this stuff set up. I don't wanna take my bag. You know what? Yeah, I'm taking the whole bag. All right, let's go get up there real quick. Let me shut this. We've got lightning everywhere. Yeah, that. So many tripods. I have all the tripods. Okay, let's do this. Wow, like 5 bolts just went down right there. We're about to test how good this new microphone is too, because it is windy out here and I'm panting and the mic is very close to me. All right, so this is a little bit dangerous. Some of that lightning from over there is getting a little close to us while I'm looking at all of that lightning. So you might see me grab you and haul ass down the mountain. So I'm gonna put 70 to 200. There's a big cloud bank over there. This first part is frantic. Like, I wouldn't be so frantic about shooting the lightning by itself, but trying to vlog while I'm doing it and like tell you guys what I'm doing as I'm getting zapped. So I'm gonna throw on this guy, which is a 3-stop dark CPL ND built in. The trick with daytime lightning is you don't want it too dark. You don't want too long of a shutter speed because the lightning will get lost in it. So I've got it underexposed by a stop, and I've got it f/16 ISO 100. Manual focus on infinity, locked down. We are good there. I'm gonna lock this down. I'm gonna do 1 second intervals. It's the shortest I can go. We're going, so that's going. All right, next up. The problem with daytime lightning too is that one of two things can happen. What you want is you want the bolt to be exposed enough so that you can see it, and usually the farther you are away from the lightning anytime, day or night, the weaker the bolts may appear. And then during the daytime, they're gonna appear weaker anyways, a lot of them, because you just have so much ambient light out here. So having that, the ambient light drown out the bolt, at least on camera. You may see it with your eye, but depending on your camera's exposure, if it's too long of an exposure and the exposure is metered for your whole thing, for your whole view, then the lightning's gonna be washed out. So that's why I underexpose anywhere between -1 and -3 stops. Okay, so that's going. I want to, what other cameras do I have? No, I have the R5. I have the 1 to 500. We can't really shoot the lightning behind us because of that hill. But there's still a lot of stuff lighting up over here. And that storm, I mean, there's no lightning over there, but those clouds look absolutely amazing. Like, that's almost worth setting up an extra time lapse just for that. I feel like some of that lightning is like right above our heads. Like, we have the mammotus clouds are really coming in. The wind is smelling extremely rainy. All of the rain is coming this way. Like, we're gonna start getting rained on here pretty soon. So, I mean, that was like up there, yeah? I don't know if you guys saw that, but it kind of just lit up. There's a wall of rain coming. It's coming this way, but it's also coming like a little bit towards us. There's more. Another thing you got to watch out for when you're doing time lapses of lightning, particularly, especially during the daytime, is the ambient exposure is fluctuating. So normally when I do time lapses, I'll put it in aperture priority mode, but I don't want to do that right now because I don't want to risk my shutter speed going too high, going where I don't want it to go. So I'm just in manual, and the darker that it gets, I'm just letting that go. If it gets too dark, I can manually shift my ISO up and leave my shutter speed at about, I'm at 1.3 seconds right now, and it's starting to rain. But when you get closer to the lightning, the upside is it gets brighter in the frame if you're getting bolts. And that's really good for photography, but the downside is you're getting closer to lightning, and that's definitely scary. So it's starting to rain. I think we're gonna have to run back to the car and head back that way. I don't know if I've got anything from there. I got some really similar shots of lightning over Sandia the other day that was exactly the same situation. So I'll show you those right now as I pack up and run back to the car. Okay. Yep. Okay, so we just drove almost to Lordsburg, which is basically like, that's Mexico right down there. We drove in about another 40 minutes south of Silver City, and that whole huge storm is looking amazing. There's a lot of lightning behind me, actually. But this spot that we're on, we have 360-degree views. There was some amazing light over there just a minute ago, and I missed it. But I'm gonna try to punch in. So this is what we're looking at, that storm right there. So let's zoom in a little bit. That's what we're looking at. I did see some big bolts in there. We're gonna hope for some more. You know what though? I also saw bolts over here in that stuff, which is a little bright. That's the road to Lordsburg. And then over here it's getting real dark. I would like to get lightning over that peak, although that's a little close to me. So that's what we're looking at. That's my bird's eye view. Whoa, there was a bolt right there just after I was finished filming. Let me get this guy set up, and then I'll walk you through my settings. They're probably going to be similar because similar light, similar everything. Got my 3-stop still on. Okay. All right. So the only thing I'm probably going to be adjusting is my aperture. All right, so here we go. We are in manual mode. I'm gonna zoom in. Have you seen, Brittany, have you seen any bolts in the middle of that stuff? I haven't. I'm gonna go just a little bit wider. So I'm gonna make the executive decision to set this up as an actual time lapse. So that means that like I'm not gonna mess with it once it gets set up, because I may or may not get lightning bolts in here, but just as a time lapse, I think this will stand on its own and it will be very nice. I'm gonna go 1 second, F32. That hurts me to say that, but you know what, we're doing it. 3-stop, ND and circular polarizer, ISO 100. We're going to lock focus. There it is. 1 second increments. So that's not how I would, like, for a time lapse sake, normal time lapse like clouds and all that stuff. 1 second is usually a little too quick. I would prefer 2, 3, 4, 5 even, but because we're trying to catch lightning, the shorter the interval, the better here. So while this is going, I'm going to turn my attention behind me and I'm going to check the map and the radar and see if we can get any more bolts that way. Looks like kind of dying down a little bit. Oh my God, this is glorious. So that darkness right there is unbelievable. I've definitely got some bolts in there. Let me walk you through. I just changed this. I got the first time lapse of it over there. It was a little wider at 70. Now I'm at 135 millimeters. I'm zoomed in. Let me see if I can show you this composition. Okay, so, all right, so this is roughly my composition. So we've got the big bolts happening there. It's a static shot, so that's gonna be my composition right there. This whole stormy bit, right, whoa. This whole stormy bit right there on the right is gonna move, it's going to the left. It's going to camera left, and we have that beautiful ray light coming through. Then over here on this one, we are getting like that. So that's what we're getting with this 35 mil, and that is glorious. So yeah, 135, we're at 1 second, F32, ISO 100. We are 1 stop underexposed, which is where I want it. I'm just, the bolts, like I told you, I'm pretty far away. I mean, that's probably 30, that's probably 40 miles away. 30, 40 miles away, and zoomed in at 135. What's saving me here is how dark those bolts, I mean, how dark that storm is, and being cropped in tighter, my average light is dark enough that those bolts are showing up real good. I also don't want more than a second because I'm shooting with a longer lens. So that's something to take into consideration when you're doing this type of stuff. Out in the daytime, it's windy, and the longer the lens, the more apparent the shake is going to be. So I'm probably going to have to clean this up in Premiere and warp stabilize it anyways. But if we can minimize that, obviously that is great. The wind is dying down, which is very nice. So earlier it was a lot windier, but now we're having less wind. I still don't want to mess with the longer focal lengths and the longer shutter speeds if I can afford to get away with that right now, and I can. So that's enough rambling. I think that's enough. I hope that was a good broad walkthrough of what I'm doing for the lightning during the day. It's not easy, and you tend to get real frantic, at least I do. Especially when you have, the more cameras you have, the greater it is, because it's awesome to have more cameras, but then that puts more stress on you for getting everything set up on time and in the right way, and it's just crazy. So I'm gonna take this last camera and I'm gonna do some more shooting, and I will show you anything that I got the rest of this stuff, which I think it's gonna be pretty good. I think this is gonna make me a very, very happy lightning photographer. This has been such an amazing monsoon season for lightning. So all of that stuff that I got for my birthday, like what was it, like last week, and then all of this stuff now, still got like a month to go, hopefully, fingers crossed. All right, feeling much better. It's tea time. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Enjoy that epicness. Oh, and if you have any questions about anything that I didn't go over that you want to know, leave those in the comments below and I will definitely answer them. Hit that like button because that's the best thing you can do to help me out, and I love you guys for it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. All right, I'm on my phone. That wasn't it. The sun just went completely, like one of the top 10 best sunsets I've ever seen in my entire life. The bugs are coming out now. I'm just finishing up some time lapses that you guys are gonna see right now. Too many to talk about what happened and explain, but that was the best way ever to end this vlog. So wow, there's a lot. Oh, bugs. Anyways, now I'm really done. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.